Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the progress made on the app. Um, Firstly, the same thing as you can see the grammar rule, but this time, when you click on examples, قال الله, you can see there's audio feedback, right? So you know how to pronounce. The examples remain the same. You can move through. يعلم الله. You can keep moving through the examples for the same rule. يخلق الله. Another feedback that came was, the ability to be able to learn vocabulary, right? To capture all the new words you're learning into a place. So what's going to happen now is when you reach the end of a rule, this is what's going to happen. It'll give you all the new words that you learnt while you were learning the grammar rule, right? So this way, you're covering both the grammar and vocabulary at the same time. Let's move on to the next rule. Here's another one. Here's another rule. Clicking on the examples for it. كتاب كريم. Another example. بلدا آمنا. Perfect, right? And another nice thing added is when you click on the reference for where this example was pulled from. وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا بَلَدًا آمِنًا وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ مَنْ. Right? When you get the reference, you get the reference is also recited directly from the Quran for you to pronounce well and get to know the example in the full sentence. What else? When you go into the words tab, you can see here there's two new views. You've got the by words view and a by rules view. So by words, what you're going to see here is when you click on a word like kitabun, you will see all the examples from across all the rules that you've covered. Like you can see here, the only example you've covered for this word is kitabun karimun, which is following the grammar rule as it states under it. If I were to go back to my learning tab, and if I were to go on to the next rule, which has another, for example, if you look at this rule, al-kitabu, you can see al-kitab is another place the word kitab was used, right? Now, if you go back to words, you can see that the next example, al-kitab, was also captured under the word kitabun. So what this helps you is see how that word kitabun comes in various forms in the Quran. And then when you see that form, like for example, al-kitab, right underneath, you can see the rule of why it came in that form, right? So beautiful. That will also help you. Now this by rules tab is also very useful. This gives you the list of rules you've learned and all the examples you've learned under that rule. Again, you can click on the audio for audio feedback for any one of these. قال الله. Right? Another neat thing is this practice all button on top here. You've seen this in the past as quiz. I've enhanced the quiz a little bit, right? So now you'll get a couple of type of questions. This is a translation question to test your vocabulary. Kitabun karimun. This is a noble letter. Now this is a grammar-based rule. It's testing whether you know the rule or not. يخلق الله. It's a verb-based rule. So this is the one. And here's a part of speech kind of question, right? It's testing whether you know whether Allah is the verb or the subject. It's the subject in this case because it's a doer of the verb and so on and so forth. As you complete all the quiz questions, I just want to show you, I'm really just randomly clicking on any one of these to show you what comes at the end after you finish the quiz. You can go back and check some results. So what this shows you is, hey, the green is telling you for that particular word, you're pretty strong on its usage across the Quran. But for the ones that have some red and yellow in it, you've got to do more work, right? So for kitabun, you got that wrong. Where did you get it wrong? This particular one, al-kitab. Questions related to the al-kitab, this particular example you got wrong. Let's go and fix that. You can see the option of practicing this particular example right underneath it. Click on it. Let us correct this. What is the translation of al-kitab? It is the book. what grammar rule is used. It is the definite article al. Now you can see if you go back, it turns into green because you've kind of fixed that. So it gives you a nice view of where your focus areas need to be, like the grammar, where you need to focus on more. I hope you enjoy this. Again, please share this with those interested and give me feedback. Jazakallah khair.